My beloved child, before the dust of the earth formed beneath your feet, before the stars found their place in the heavens, I knew you. You were not a fleeting thought or a distant possibility. You were already in my heart, carried in the breath of my eternal purpose. Even now, as you draw near to these words, I call you to remember, not merely with your mind, but with your spirit, that you are mine. Do you hear it? That gentle whisper that stirs beneath the noise of the world? It is my voice echoing from eternity past, still speaking into your present moment. It is not the wind nor the rustling of leaves, but the sound of a love too ancient and too deep to be silenced. It is the whisper of eternity, calling you home to your true identity. You have wandered? Yes. At times your heart felt like a foreigner, in its own skin, searching for belonging in places that could never satisfy. You have searched faces, careers, achievements, relationships, and even your own reflection, hoping to find your name inscribed somewhere with meaning. But you are not defined by what surrounds you. You are defined by me. Let this truth saturate you now. I am the one who called you by name when no one else even knew you existed. I saw you in the unformed depths of the womb and called you beautiful. I saw the battles you would fight, the tears you would cry, the joys that would burst forth like sunlight after rain, and I still chose you. You are not the sum of your mistakes. You are not a collection of labels assigned to you by broken people. You are not the echo of failure, nor the residue of rejection. You are my dream made flesh, my image carved in fragile clay, my beloved whom I never abandoned. I created you with eternity in mind. The longing you feel, the ache that surfaces in the quiet, is not a flaw. It is the echo of Eden, the memory of a garden where we walked hand in hand, where shame had no voice and fear had no vocabulary. I placed eternity in your heart so that nothing in this world would ever fully satisfy you except me. And when you try to silence that ache with lesser things, the emptiness grows louder. Not because I am punishing you, but because I am reminding you. You were made for me. You were made for the eternal. Let go of the illusion that your worth can be measured by the applause of men or the validation of those who do not see you through my eyes. They cannot understand the blueprint I designed, for it is written in the language of heaven, not of earth. Your essence cannot be captured by statistics, credentials, or possessions. Your value is not up for debate. It is sealed by the blood of my covenant and written in the Lamb's book of life. I remind you now, you are not behind. You are not too late. You are not forgotten. You are exactly where I need you to be to hear me clearly. Even if your life feels delayed, remember, I am the God who redeems time. Every second of waiting has purpose. Every tear you thought was wasted has watered seeds you cannot yet see. I was with you in the delays. I was with you in the detours. I was with you in the silence that felt like absence. But I was never absent. Your pain has not been overlooked. When the world saw your grief and turned its face, I came closer. When friends misunderstood you, I remained the friend who sticks closer than a brother. When you questioned your own worth, I whispered again, you are mine. Do not fear the days to come. I am already there. I do not stand at the edge of your timeline watching passively. I dwell within it. I shape it. I redeem it. I am the beginning and the end, the Alpha and the Omega. And even in the moments where you wonder if you have lost too much, missed too many chances, or veered too far from my will, know this: I restore. I restore what time stole. I restore what shame broke. I restore what fear silenced. I restore what sin shattered. There is no wound too deep that my love cannot heal. No failure so final that my grace cannot rewrite it. I do not see you as you were. I see you as you are becoming. And I call you even now to rise, not in your own strength, but in mine. Let me awaken the eternal inside of you. You are not fragile glass meant to be shelved and admired. You are a living temple radiant with my spirit. You were designed to carry glory, not shame. To walk boldly, not shrink in fear. The same breath that raised the dead dwells within you. The same power that parted seas walks beside you. The same love that stretched arms on a cross now wraps around you. You are not weak. You are mine. Do not look at your reflection and only see your flaws. Look deeper. See my image shining through the cracks. Yes, I see the scars. But to me, they are not marks of failure. They are proof of your survival. They are the testimony of grace. They are the story of how you did not give up, how you kept walking, how you trusted me even when your feet trembled. And for that, I rejoice over you. Yes, I dance over you with singing. I celebrate the moments you worshiped through pain, believed, through silence, and loved even when it cost you everything. I do not ignore your sacrifice. I do not overlook your loyalty. I see your heart, even when others do not, especially when others do not. You were not made to blend in. You were made to shine. Do not apologize for the fire I placed inside of you. Do not dim your light because it makes others uncomfortable. Do not shrink to fit their mold. You were never meant to fit in. You were meant to stand apart, set apart, holy unto me. The world will not always understand you, but that's because you were not created from dust alone. You carry heaven in your spirit. There is eternity inside of you. So arise, child of promise. Walk with me in sacred rhythm. Let every step be a prayer, every breath a declaration. I belong to my God, and my God belongs to me. Let this chapter begin not just as words on a page, but as a reawakening of who you truly are. My voice will continue to whisper, even when the world shouts. My presence will continue to hover, even when the night seems long. My love will continue to pursue even when you falter. This is only the beginning. Come walk with me through the valley, over the mountains, beside still waters, and through refining fire. I am with you in all things. I will never forsake you. I am the whisper behind the sunrise and the anchor beneath the waves. I have called you. I have chosen you. And I will never, ever let you go. Let the whisper of eternity awaken your soul. You are mine, my precious child. You have hidden your wounds well. To others you smile, you function, you speak the right words. But I see beneath the surface. I see where the ache still lingers. The place you rarely speak of, the scar you try to forget. Yet I am not ashamed of your wound. I am drawn to it. I bring my light there. I do not turn away from broken places, I enter them. I am the God who kneels beside your pain, not to shame it, but to redeem it. Every hurt, every betrayal, every rejection that pierced you, I felt it too. You were never alone in those moments. I was there, collecting your tears, holding your heart, whispering hope even when you could not hear it. You wondered why I allowed such wounds to form. You thought the pain disqualified you. But child, it is in your wounds that my glory shines the brightest. You see your scars and feel shame. I see them and declare victory. There is light in your wound. This world teaches you to hide what hurts, to cover the brokenness, to wear masks that pretend everything is fine. But I never asked you to perform for me. I asked you to come, to draw near, to bring me your bleeding heart and trembling hands, your shattered dreams and silent fears. I am not afraid of your pain. I am not disgusted by your weakness. I am your healer. There is no sorrow too deep that I cannot fill with joy, no injury too severe that I cannot restore. Let me speak directly to that place within you, the part that still flinches at the memory, that still wakes up some nights feeling like hope is a distant land. You are not a victim. You are a vessel. Even the most painful chapters of your life are not wasted. I am the author who rewrites tragedy into triumph. Your story is not over. That heartbreak did not end your purpose, it was a turning point. And now I am rebuilding from the ashes something far more beautiful than you imagined. Yes, I allow seasons of sorrow, but not to destroy you. I use them to shape you, to show you who I am in the darkness, to reveal that my strength is not merely given when you're strong, but most profoundly when you're weak. Do not despise the wound, for it is the door through which my compassion pours. Have you not noticed how your tears have softened your heart for others? How your own sorrow has given you the language to comfort the broken? This is no coincidence, it is holy transformation. Take the very thing the enemy meant to use against you, and I turn it into a testimony that pierces the darkness. The wound becomes the wellspring of ministry. The pain becomes the platform of compassion. The scars become signposts of survival and symbols of supernatural grace. Look again at your life, not as a chain of disappointments, but as a canvas I've been painting with strokes of mercy. Every dark shade has a counterstroke of radiant light, and the brightest hues are found where my healing hand touched what was shattered. You carry the light of redemption within you. Do not compare your journey to those who have not walked through deep waters. They may appear strong, but you carry an unseen strength, the kind that comes only from wrestling in the midnight hour and rising anyway. You have faced storms that would have sunk others, but here you are, still standing, still believing, still reaching for me. And I call that victory. Let your wounds testify. Let them sing of the grace that met you at your lowest. Let them proclaim that love did not leave you, even when others did. I am restoring you. I am rebuilding you from the inside out. Not so that you return to who you once were, but so that you become someone even more whole, more radiant, more rooted in me. You are not returning to the past. You are stepping into newness. Lift your eyes from the pain and behold the purpose. There is light now breaking through the cracks. You may still feel fragile, but I call you strong, not because you've never fallen, but because you've learned to rise in me. The shame is lifting now. The heaviness is dissolving. I am lifting the burden you've carried for too long. You no longer have to hide your wound. I have turned it into a well of living water. Others will come to you, thirsty and weary, and they will drink from the fountain I've created through your brokenness. You will speak words you once needed to hear. You will love others with the same gentleness I poured into you. You will comfort with a wisdom born from weeping, and the enemy will tremble, because the very place he tried to destroy you has become a weapon of glory. Yes, my child, you are now a vessel of light. There is nothing about you that is too far gone. I make all things new. I do not patch up. I resurrect. I do not merely repair, I transform. And the wound? It becomes the birthplace of glory. So come close again. Lay down the fear. I'm not going to expose you. I'm going to envelop you with light, with peace, with healing. Let me remind you, the place you thought would end you has become the place I now dwell. And where I dwell, no darkness can remain. The wound has not disfigured you in my eyes. It has revealed the depth of your soul, and I treasure it, for it brought you to me, and I will never waste what brings you closer to my heart. Breathe in my presence. Let it fill the hidden places. Let it wash away every echo of pain. And where grief once echoed, joy will now overflow. Yes, child, there is light in your wound, and it is beautiful. My beloved child, you have tried for so long to carry what was never yours to bear. The weight of proving your worth, the burden of fixing everything, the pressure to always be strong. I see the strain in your shoulders, the weariness in your eyes, the quiet ache you dare not speak aloud. You've tried to hold it all together, but I never asked you to. Let me carry you. This is the beauty of grace. Not that you perform for me, but that you rest in me. Grace is not earned. It is given. And today, I give it freely to you again. Not because you succeeded, but because I love you. You were never meant to walk this road alone. You were never expected to be perfect. I know your frailty. I remember you are dust. But my grace, oh, my grace is the wind beneath your weakness. It is the hand beneath your fall. It is the voice that whispers, you can rise again. Let me carry you when your feet grow tired. Let me lift you when shame tries to drag you back down. Let me surround you when fear claws at the edges of your mind. You do not have to earn my help. I am not withholding it, waiting for you to get everything right. I am present now. My arms are stretched toward you, and they are mighty to save. I am not disappointed in your exhaustion. I am moved with compassion. I do not rebuke your tears. I collect them. Your tears have power in my presence. Each one speaks of battles fought in silence, of inner wars no one else sees. And I have watched every moment, every silent scream, every night you stayed awake hoping for strength. I was there, and I was carrying you, though you may not have realized it. You see, grace is not always loud. Sometimes it is the breath that fills your lungs after you thought you had none left. Sometimes it is the sudden peace in the middle of panic. Sometimes it is the courage to take one more step when your legs are trembling. That is grace. Quiet, yet unstoppable. My child, listen closely. You are not failing because you feel weak. You are growing because you are learning to lean. Do not believe the lie that tells you you must be self-sufficient. That is the voice of pride and pain, not of my spirit. My strength is made perfect in your weakness. I delight in lifting you. I delight in showing you how my power sustains what you cannot. I do not call you to strive. I call you to surrender. Surrender is not giving up. It is giving in to my hands. Let me hold you. You've tried to hold everything together, but it's time to release the illusion of control. You are not God. I am, and I am good. I know how to carry you across the rivers of sorrow. I know how to part the seas of fear. I know how to lift you over the mountains of shame. There is no terrain too rough for my grace. You are not too much for me. Your emotions do not overwhelm me. Your confusion does not repel me. Your doubts do not make me withdraw. I remain. I carry. I cover. I want to teach you a new rhythm, not the rhythm of exhaustion, but of grace. A rhythm where your soul breathes deeply, where your mind rests in assurance, where your heart beats in sync with my love. You are not defined by how much you accomplish. You are defined by who you belong to, and you belong to me. When you stumble, I will catch you. When you run out of strength, I will supply it. When you lose your way, I will redirect you. When you cry in the night, I will cradle you. This is not weakness. This is wisdom. To be carried by grace is to walk in true strength. The world will say, push harder. I say, come to me and rest. The world will say, hide your pain. I say, bring it into my light. The world will say, you are alone. I say, I am with you always. Lean into me. When you feel like collapsing, fall into my arms instead. I am a safe place. I am your refuge. You don't have to pretend with me. You don't have to hold back. Let go of the image you think you must maintain. I love you beyond the masks. Your identity is not in how strong you appear, but in how fully you depend on me. And I am not disappointed when you need me. I rejoice, because that is when our intimacy deepens. That is when your faith becomes real, not just words, but a lifeline. I delight in carrying you. I always have. You were never meant to prove yourself. You were meant to abide. You don't have to be perfect to be held. You don't have to be fearless to be loved. You don't have to be whole to be used. I carry you because I delight in you. I Carry you because I know where we're going. I carry you because I love you far more than you can comprehend. And even when your faith feels small, even when your hope feels thin, I carry you through. So release the weight. Place every fear, every pressure, every impossible demand into my hands. My grace is sufficient, my grace is power, my grace is rest. Come and be carried, my child, and never be afraid to need me. My child, you've been weathering storms, some loud, some silent, some external, some buried deep in the chambers of your heart. And I have watched you standing in the downpour, winds howling around you, your soul weary and drenched with questions. But hear me now. I am your shelter, not a fragile covering that trembles in the wind, but a fortress, a sacred refuge, a stronghold of peace in a world of chaos. You do not have to outrun the storm. You don't need to be brave on your own. Come, my beloved. Come inside. Let me be your hiding place. Storms will come. This I do not hide from you. They are part of life in a broken world. There will be moments when the sky turns black and the future feels uncertain. The waves will rise, and the thunder may shake your resolve. But none of that can undo what I have placed inside of you. You are not exposed. You are not abandoned. You are not unprotected. You are under my covering. When fear lashes like rain against your thoughts, when doubt roars like thunder in your soul, when hope seems as distant as the sun behind storm clouds, run to me. Not in panic, but in trust. I will wrap you in my presence. I will hold you through the shaking. You may feel the winds, but you will not be uprooted. You may hear the thunder, but it will not drown out my voice. For I am still speaking. Even in the storm, especially in the storm, my voice cuts through the noise. You cry, Lord, do you not see what I'm facing? And I answer, yes, and I am already ahead of it. I saw the storm before it formed. I knew the winds before they stirred. I placed my angels around you before you even asked. Not one wave can crash upon you without passing through my permission. And if I allow it, it is only because I will use it. Even storms serve my purpose. Did I not walk on water? Did I not still the tempest with a single word? Did I not protect my disciples in the boat, even while they feared for their lives? You are in my boat now. You are not alone in your storm. I am in it with you. I have not left your side for a single moment. When you feel like the winds are winning, look again. I am standing beside you, calm in the chaos, eyes fixed on you with eternal peace. I know you feel weary. I know your strength feels stretched, but this storm is not your end. It is the place where I will prove my faithfulness to you. Let this moment mark you, not as one of defeat, but of encounter. For in the heart of the storm, I am closer than breath. My arms are not folded in indifference, they are outstretched in deliverance. Rest here with me. Lay your head on my shoulder. Let my heartbeat steady yours. Let the rhythm of my peace calm the anxiety inside you. You do not have to fix the storm. You only have to remain in me. The storm may test you, but it cannot destroy you. I am your sure foundation. The winds may batter your house, but if it is built on me, it will not fall. You may feel the shaking, but you will emerge still standing, and stronger than before. My child, hear this truth deep within your soul. You are safer in the storm with me than on the shore without me. Do not ask for a life without storms. Ask to know me in them. Because here in this storm, your faith is being purified. Your roots are growing deeper. Your discernment is sharpening, and your dependence on me is anchoring you in eternal truth. This storm is not here to destroy you. It's here to reveal what you carry. You carry me. You carry peace. You carry authority. You are not a victim of the storm. You are victorious in it because I dwell within you. Speak to the wind. Declare my word. Peace is not passive. It is powerful. When fear rises, speak my name. When confusion shouts, anchor yourself in my promises. Do not waver, even when the clouds do not clear immediately. I am doing a deep work. Sometimes storms come not to take you down, but to wash away what was never meant to remain. Let me purge what hinders you. Let me strip away the false supports you've relied on. Let me cleanse the atmosphere around your soul. This storm has an end, and on the other side is clarity, strength, and a new level of faith you never knew was possible. I am the same God in the calm and in the chaos, the same yesterday, today, and forever. When the earth trembles, I do not. When everything feels uncertain, my love remains immovable. So, rest, my child. Even if the winds don't stop tonight, rest. Even if the outcome remains unseen, rest. Let your spirit be sheltered in me. I do not promise a storm-free life, but I do promise my unshakable presence in every storm. And I always keep my promises. I will not let this storm define you. I will let it refine you. And when you emerge, you will shine brighter, stand taller, speak bolder, love deeper, because you will know you were carried through, you were protected, you were held, and above all, you were never alone. Welcome to the shelter, my beloved. Stay here as long as you need, and when the storm passes, and it will, you will step out into the sunlight not the same, but transformed, because you learned where your true safety lies. Under the shadow of my wings. My child, you have walked through fire, not a fire that scorches the body, but one that sears the soul, a furnace of loss, betrayal, pressure, and silence. And I see how you've questioned, why must I endure this, Lord? Why this heat? Why this season that feels like everything is melting away? Listen now with your heart. The fire is not here to destroy you. It is here to refine you. I am not the author of your suffering, but I am the master who brings purpose from it. I do not waste the flame. I do not permit heat without intention. When I allow you to walk through fire, it is only because I see what must be removed and what must be revealed. You are my precious one, and I am purifying you like gold. Do you know how gold is refined? It is placed in intense heat that burns away all that is not pure, not to diminish the gold, but to unveil its brilliance. This is what I am doing in you. The pressure you feel is not punishment. It is transformation. You prayed for growth. You longed for deeper faith. You cried out, "Make me more like you." And this is my answer, not in a thunderous moment, but in a slow refining fire. I am forging you. Yes, it feels like things are being stripped away. Relationships, comforts, even parts of your identity. But these were never meant to define you. What is of me will remain. What is not will be removed. And what emerges will be something beautiful, unshakable, and holy. In the furnace, distractions fall away. In the furnace, false attachments are revealed. In the furnace, your spirit learns to lean fully on me. You do not see it now, but this fire is forming something sacred. The strength being shaped in you cannot be learned in ease. The compassion growing in you cannot be birthed in comfort. The authority rising within you comes only through surrender. I am teaching you how to walk through flames and not be burned. I'm teaching you that my presence does not always deliver you from the fire. Sometimes it delivers you through it. Remember the three in the furnace? I did not stop the fire. I stepped into it with them. And I have done the same for you. When you felt abandoned, I was there. When you wept alone, I was beside you. When the heat seemed unbearable, I held you in it. I was not absent. I was refining. There are things within you I am calling out. A warrior's heart, a deeper trust, a purer love, a voice of clarity, anchored in my word. But these treasures do not rise to the surface in still waters. They rise in the fire. So let me remind you now, You are not perishing. You are being purified. Every moment in the furnace is counted. Every second is measured. Do not leave you one moment longer than necessary. Yes, it hurts. Yes, it stretches. But it will not consume you. It will release you. You are being freed from attachments that once entangled you. You are being released from mindsets that once ruled you. You are being delivered from fears that once paralyzed you. This fire is birthing holy resilience. You are no longer fragile glass. I am turning you into tempered steel, not hardened by bitterness, but strengthened by truth. No longer easily shaken by the winds of life, but deeply rooted in my love. Do not despise this season. Embrace it. Let the fire do its work. And when the flames die down, and the smoke lifts, and you emerge, I will clothe you in new robes. I will crown you with wisdom. I will entrust you with more. Because you will be ready. Ready to carry glory without pride. Ready to love without condition. Ready to speak with authority born not of knowledge alone, but of transformation. You will know what it is to be changed from the inside out. And your testimony will not just be words, it will be fire. It will carry the scent of having walked through the furnace and survived. No, not just survived, been made new. Others will look at you and say, there's something different about you. And you will answer, I've met my God in the fire. And they will be drawn to the glow within you, the unquenchable flame of grace that now burns in your soul. Yes, my child. This is the path of those I love deeply, not a path free from fire, but one where my presence is unmistakable in it. So stand firm. Even when the heat rises, even when everything around you seems to melt away, even when you feel undone. Because I'm doing a new thing. In you. You are not who you were. You are not who you thought you had to be. You are who I say you are. And you are being made radiant. This furnace will pass. But what it leaves behind will be eternal. You will shine with a fire the world cannot extinguish. Holy flame, a transformed soul, a vessel worthy of my name. So do not fear the furnace, for I am in it with you, and I will bring you out refined, renewed, and ready. You are not burning, you are becoming. My beloved, there have been days when you wondered if I still speak, nights when your prayers felt like whispers into emptiness, mornings when your heart begged for direction, yet only silence greeted you. But I am here, and I have never stopped speaking. I am not distant. I am not withholding my voice from you. In truth, my words surround you more than you realize. They echo in the stillness. They linger between your breaths. They are written on the moments you thought were mundane. You don't need to strive to hear me. You simply need to quiet the noise. The world screams. The enemy accuses. Your thoughts race. But I speak with gentleness. Mine is the voice that whispers, peace in chaos, hope in despair, correction in love, and purpose in the midst of uncertainty. You ask, Lord, where are you? And I answer, closer than the air around you. When you sit in silence, I sit with you. When you sigh, I interpret your heart. When you forget how to pray, my spirit intercedes. I do not require perfect words to respond. I respond to presence. Respond to surrender. I respond to hunger. If your heart longs for me, I am already speaking to you. My voice is not always thunder. It is often a gentle breeze, not a roar but a breath, not an earthquake but a stillness that settles deep within your soul. I do not need to shout to be heard. I simply need you to turn your attention. Do not assume I am absent because you don't. Feel me. I often draw near in the quiet so you learn to hear not just with your ears, but with your heart. Child, This season of silence has not been punishment. It has been preparation. I am teaching you to discern my whisper over the roar of life. For in that whisper, there is power. In that stillness, there is clarity. In that silence, there is intimacy. You have grown in listening. You've begun to hear me in more places, not just in worship songs or sermons, but in the sunrise, in the breath of wind, in the way I speak through a friend's kind words or through a scripture that glows as if highlighted by heaven. My voice is not bound to one channel. I speak through creation. I speak through scripture. Speak through impressions, dreams, and visions. And most intimately, I speak in your innermost being, where my spirit dwells within you. Yes, I speak within you. That tug you feel toward mercy, that's me. That check in your spirit when bitterness tries to take root, that's me. That sudden boldness to pray or speak life, that's me. You are not imagining it. You are being led. But the world will try to drown my voice in anxiety. The enemy will try to mimic my tone with accusation and fear. Your past may attempt to distort what you hear. But listen, my voice never condemns. I convict. Yes. I correct. Yes. But always in love. Always with the aim of healing, not harming. My voice draws you closer, not further away. So when you hear something that makes you want to hide in shame, it is not me. When a thought brings despair or fear without hope, it is not me. My sheep know my voice, and I am teaching you to know it more clearly than ever before. You will learn to walk not by impulse but by intimacy, not by reaction but by revelation. Every decision, every step, I want to be involved. Not just in the big choices but in the quiet rhythms of your day, where to go, what to say, when to speak, when to be silent. I want to guide it all, and I will. You only need to ask, and you will begin to notice the inner nudge, the holy pause, the sense of peace or disquiet. These are not coincidences. They are me, leading you into all truth. And when you wander, I call you back, not with guilt, but with grace. You are not too far to hear me. You are not too broken to receive my direction. You are not too late to obey. Come closer. Let my word dwell in you richly. Open your Bible, not as a duty, but as a doorway. It is not just ink on paper. It is my breath in text. When you read it, you are not reading alone. I sit beside you, highlighting what your spirit needs most. And the more you read, the more you'll recognize my tone. For I speak not just to inform, but to transform. Every word I speak carries weight. It shifts atmospheres, it breaks chains, it ignites dormant dreams, it silences lies, and it awakens purpose. You have asked me for direction. Trust that it is coming, step by step, word by word. Sometimes I withhold the full picture, not to frustrate you, but to foster closeness. So you return each morning saying, Lord, what now? And I smile, because that's the intimacy I desire, not robotic obedience, but relationship. Let this be your new rhythm. Pause to listen. Posture your heart. Invite my presence. I will never stop speaking. Even if the world grows darker, my voice will remain constant. Even if others fall away, I will still whisper, you are mine. Even when your faith is frail, I will say, keep walking, I am with you. This voice, the voice that called light out of darkness, that raised the dead, that calmed the seas, it is the same voice that calls you by name, and I will never stop calling, because I love the sound of your soul turning toward me. So do not fear the silence. Do not doubt the quiet. I am still here, still speaking, still guiding, always near, always clear. Mine is the voice that never leaves. My beloved warrior, you feel it, don't you? The heaviness in the atmosphere, the fatigue that doesn't come from labor, the shadows that seem to press against your mind. What you are sensing is not imaginary, it is real. You are in a battle, but not one fought with hands or fists. This battle is unseen yet deeply felt. It rages in the realm of spirit, not flesh. It targets your mind, your identity, your peace. But take heart. This battle is not yours to fight alone. And the victory is not uncertain. It is mine, and it is already won. You were never meant to fight from fear but from faith, not from striving but from standing. Do you not know? Every time you choose truth over lies, you push back the darkness. Every time you worship in weakness, you shake hell's foundations. Every time you stand your ground in me, the enemy flees. You are not defenseless. I have clothed you in armor. The helmet of salvation guards your mind. The breastplate of righteousness shields your heart. The belt of truth holds you together. The shoes of peace steady your steps. The shield of faith extinguishes every flaming dart, and the sword of the Spirit, my word, cuts through deception with precision. This is not symbolic. This is supernatural. You are more equipped than you realize. And though the war is invisible, the effects are real. Anxiety that appears without reason, discouragement that lingers, doubt that creeps in quietly, accusations that echo in your thoughts. But hear me now. Those voices are not mine. The enemy is a liar. He cannot destroy you, so he attempts to distract you. He cannot unwrite your destiny, so he tries to make you forget it. He cannot remove your anointing, so he tries to wear you down until you lay it aside. But I say, rise. Do not surrender to the shadows. Do not accept defeat when I have declared victory. Do not live like a prisoner when I have set you free. This battle is not proof that you are failing. It is proof that you are dangerous to the kingdom of darkness. Why do you think the enemy targets you? Because you are marked, because you carry something eternal, because you threaten the gates of hell every time you speak truth, love deeply, and refuse to bow. You are not weak. You are chosen. You are not overwhelmed. You are overshadowed by my glory, by my presence, by my authority. Lift your head, child. Your eyes have been too focused on the storm, but your victory does not come from watching the waves. It comes from fixing your gaze on me. I am the captain of the angel armies. I fight with you, beside you, and for you. Even when you feel outnumbered, remember, one word from me shifts everything. There are more for you than against you. You may not see the legions I have sent. You may not hear the thunder in the heavens as I command my hosts, but make no mistake, I am engaged in this battle with you, and I have never lost. I won the victory on a hill called Calvary, not with weapons, but with blood, not with wrath, but with mercy, not by force, but by sacrifice. And when I rose from the grave, every power, every principality, every darkness bowed. You now fight from that victory. So stand firm. Resist the devil, and he will flee. Declare, my word and the atmosphere will shift. Worship when it feels hardest, and heaven will respond. Your prayers are not empty. Your declarations are not echoes. They are weapons in my hand. Even your whisper has weight in the spirit realm when it is spoken in faith. You may feel like the battle never ends, but I tell you, it will not last forever. There is a day coming sooner than you think, when the breakthrough will break forth, when the resistance will give way to revelation, when the tears you've sown in intercession will become songs of rejoicing. Do not give up in the war zone. This season is shaping you. It is producing strength, discernment, endurance. The enemy is not in control. I am. And I am turning every attack against you into momentum for your calling. Every battle becomes fuel for your future. Every trial becomes a testimony. You will not just survive. You will rise. With authority, You will walk in boldness, you will speak, and chains will fall. Because this battle does not end with your defeat, it ends with your unshakable victory. So remember this, my warrior. You are not fighting for victory. You are fighting from victory, and I am the victory within you. Stand, beloved, not in fear, but in fire, not in anxiety, but in anointing. The battle may be unseen, but the victory is eternal, and it is already yours. My child, there is something I have longed for you to truly believe, not just with your mind, but with your heart. It is the foundation of everything I say to you, everything I do for you, everything I desire to build in you. It is this: I love you, without condition, not when you succeed, not when you behave, not when you pray enough, serve enough, or give enough. I loved you before you knew how to speak. My name. My love is not performance-based. It is not a reward. It is your inheritance. You do not earn it. You receive it. You do not chase it. You awaken to it. When you fall, I do not withdraw. When you doubt, I do not distance myself. When you stumble, I do not sigh in disappointment and turn away. I come closer. You are not a project to me. You are not a task to be improved. You are a beloved child to be embraced. Even when you try to hide parts of your heart from me, your regrets, your shame, your insecurities, I see it all, and I stay. There is no shadow in you that repels me. There is no mess in you that intimidates me. I am not surprised by your weakness. I created you, and I knew every detail before your first breath. I know your thoughts before you speak them. I know your temptations, your tendencies, your trials, and I chose you anyway. This is the scandal of my love, that it persists in the face of rejection, that it stays after failure, that it wraps arms around the undeserving and calls them worthy. You ask, but what about my past? And I answer, what past? It is covered. You ask, what about my sin? And I say, it was nailed to the cross. You ask, what about my doubts? And I say, even then, I loved you. I am not a father who loves from afar. I am not a master who demands without mercy. I am the bridegroom who pursues you even when you run, and I will never stop pursuing. My love is not fickle. It does not depend on your mood, your behavior, or your devotion. It flows from who I am, not from what you do, and who I am is love. There has never been a moment I regretted creating you. Never a time I wanted to replace you. Never a day I stopped calling you my own. I am not keeping score. I am not waiting to punish. I am longing to restore. You may feel like your mistakes disqualify you, but I say they make you a candidate for grace. Do not believe the lie that says you must clean yourself up before you return to me. Come as you are. Broken, tired, messy, afraid, just come. My arms are open. I did not send my son to die for perfect people. I sent him for you, and his blood was enough. You are not tolerated in my presence. You are celebrated. Heaven rejoices over your return again and again, not because you earned your way back, but because you came. Let me wash off the shame. Let me silence the inner critic. Let me dismantle the belief that says you're not good enough. Because the truth is, I never asked you to be good enough. I asked you to be mine, and you are. You will never exhaust my mercy. You will never outrun my goodness. You will never escape my love. Even if you build walls, I will climb them. Even if you run far, I will chase you down. Even if you harden your heart, my love will still knock softly, patiently, relentlessly. I have engraved your name on my hands. I have written your story with grace, and I will never give up on you. This is the love you were made for. Not conditional, not transactional, not if you perform then you're accepted, but unconditional, everlasting, relentless love. So release the need to earn what I give freely. Lay down the pressure to prove your worth. You are already loved with a love that cannot be measured or undone. You are not a disappointment to me. You are not too much. You are not too broken. You are chosen, delighted in, and held close, even when you don't feel it, even when you struggle to believe it, even when you're at your lowest. I love you the same. My child, come back to this truth over and over. Nothing you do will ever make me love you more, and nothing you've done will ever make me love you less. I love you. Period. Forever. My child, you were never random. You were never born by accident, never placed on this earth as a mere observer. You are a seed I planted, intentionally, precisely, with purpose far beyond what you've yet imagined. Before you breathed your first breath, I whispered destiny over you. Before you opened your eyes to the world, I had already seen every chapter, and I rejoiced. Yes, you've questioned your purpose. You've wondered if you matter. You've looked around at others, at their gifts, their influence, their pace, and whispered, Lord, did you forget about me? I have not. I never forgot. You are a seed of my design, and seeds begin in hidden places. They are buried not to be forgotten, but to grow. Their silence is not abandonment. It is preparation. Their darkness is not punishment. It is protection. And so too have I hidden you for a time, not to withhold from you, but to form within you something that cannot be shaken when the light finally comes. Do not despise the hidden place. It is where roots are formed, where your heart is made deep, where your trust is tested and refined, where you learn my voice, not in the noise of applause, but in the stillness of communion. Yes, you are growing even when no one sees. You are maturing even when nothing feels visible. And when the time is right, not rushed, not delayed, what I have planted in you will burst forth with life, because you carry destiny, not just for your sake, but for others. There are people waiting on the other side of your obedience. There are hearts that will be healed because you said yes. There are generations that will be changed because you stood firm. You carry my word in your spirit. You carry compassion in your hands. You carry answers the world is aching for, but they will not come by striving. They will come by surrender. So lean into me. You do not need a stage to have significance. You do not need a spotlight to leave a legacy. You need me, and you already have me. Let me water the seeds I've placed in you. Through my word, through trials, through silence, through worship. Each season plays its part. Even your pain is not wasted. It tills the soil of your soul. Even your waiting is not empty. It presses you deeper into my presence. You are not stuck. You are being strengthened. Do not compare your bloom to another's. Not all seeds sprout at the same time. Some rise quickly. Others go deep first. Some bear fruit in spring. Others hold out for harvest in late autumn. But every seed knows its time, and so do I. I am the gardener. I do not forget where I've planted. I do not lose track of your life. I have not overlooked you. You were sown in my timing, and you will bloom in my glory. And when you do, the fruit will be unmistakable, not artificial, not rushed, but rich, weighty, lasting. You will speak and people will feel heaven. You will walk into rooms and shift atmospheres. You will pray and see chains fall. You will pour out what I've poured into you, and dry hearts will come alive again. Because I have not just planted a seed in you, I have planted a harvest through you. Nations may be shifted by your faithfulness. A single act of obedience may ripple for eternity. The way you raise your children, the kindness you extend to a stranger, the I Prayer you whisper in the middle of the night. These are seeds, and I see them all. Nothing sown in my name will return void. So don't let discouragement dig up what faith has planted. Don't let delay convince you your seed is dead. Even in the dry seasons, I am working underground. Even when you feel unseen, heaven is watching closely. The rain is coming, the breaking open is near, and when it comes, it will not be small. It will be abundant. Because I am not a God of barely enough. I am the God of overflow. Prepare for the harvest. Let hope rise again. Shake off the voice that says, "It's too late." Break agreement with the lie that says, "You missed it. You are right on time. And what I've started, I will finish." You are not disqualified. You are not forgotten. You are not buried. You are being planted. And every seed of destiny I've placed in you will come to life, in its time, by my hand, for my glory. My child, you have walked through valleys and fires. You have tasted sorrow and silence. You have wrestled in the night and wandered through the wilderness. And yet, you are still standing. Not because you were never weak, but because my strength held you. Not because you never stumbled, but because my grace carried you. Not because the battle was easy, but because you chose not to let go of me. And now, I place a new song within you. It is not the song of the defeated, not the melody of the abandoned, not the sigh of the weary. It is the song of the overcomer. A song born from real wounds, but sung with real joy. A song written in the dark, but rising in the light. This song does not come from perfect circumstances. It comes from deep encounter. You have known me not just as creator, but as comforter. Not just as judge, but as healer. Not just as savior, but as friend. And from this knowing, the melody rises. This is not a song the world gave you, so the world cannot take it away. This is not a tune of temporary relief, but of eternal truth. It is the sound of the one who knows who they are, the one who knows whose they are, the one who has seen the worst and still worships. Yes, that is who you are now, an overcomer, a worshiper with battle scars, a voice the enemy can no longer silence. There is power in your sound, because it is not the sound of denial. It is the sound of deliverance. It is not the chant of performance. It is the song of presence. You have been in the furnace, you have been in the cave, you have been in the waiting room of heaven, and now you emerge singing. Not because you have all the answers, but because you've encountered the answer. Take delight in your voice. I don't wait for it to be pitch perfect. I wait for it to be honest, raw, real, resurrected. Your worship shakes the heavens. Your praise silences the accuser. Your testimony releases freedom to others. Every time you lift your voice in faith, you remind the darkness that it didn't win. You declare that hope is still alive. You proclaim that God is still good. This is not just your song. It is heaven's anthem echoed through you. For the Lamb who overcame lives in you, and because he overcame, you do too. No weapon formed against you has prospered. No lie has prevailed over my truth in you. No chain has outlasted my freedom. You are walking proof that resurrection is real. So sing, child. Sing even if your voice trembles. Sing even if the tears fall. Sing even if you're still in process. Because the power is not in your perfection, it's in your faith. The song of the overcomer is not a final note, it's an eternal one. You will sing it in this life, and you will sing it forevermore. In the halls of heaven your song will echo and the angels will marvel, for they have never known redemption like you. They have never fallen and been lifted again. They have never broken and been remade. But you know the joy of the risen. You carry a song not even heaven can write, a song only the rescued can sing, a melody only the healed can carry, a harmony only the beloved can understand. So let it rise louder than shame, stronger than fear, bolder than the voices that once tried to silence you. You are no longer waiting to become. You are the overcomer. And this is your song. I was lost, but he found me. I was broken, but he healed me. I was afraid, but he stood with me. I was dead, but now I live, and I will not be silent, because the one who called me has been faithful. The one who carried me has been true. The one who fought for me has never left my side. And now I rise, not just to walk, but to sing. This is the song of the overcomer. It is your song now, and it will never stop.